please tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Jeffrey Bilodeau. I'm from Whitestone, New York. I've lived in a couple different areas in New York, Astoria, Whitestone. I've been here a long time. This is the most beautiful part to come down and enjoy some great sunsets.
Okay. So since you grew up in Whitestone, what are some things about Whitestone that, defined it for you when you were younger, but it's just no longer the same?
Well, I think it's a really quiet neighborhood. It's like an old hometown. A lot of people come down to the parks. To me, Whitestone has been the same for a long time. My father he's gone now, but he was born, he's born in the Queens, and his two other brothers and his sister lived in Whitestone. His sister's the last remaining one of the family, and she still lives here in Whitestone. So there's a lot of things that stay the same. I mean, I don't see too many differences.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
You say you also lived in Astoria, right?
Yep.
So you feel like this is like an untouched area so far, but a lot of places aren't, right?
Yeah, well, Astoria got overpopulated. There was one time, I was mentioning to you guys earlier that you could park in Astoria. Now there's no parking anywhere. Just getting over, population's growing, and Astoria is definitely a very chosen area, being close to the city. So I can see why people populate it there.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. So growing up, is there any fond memories you have?
Of course. I mean, growing up, we used to always hang out in schoolyards. We did stickball. We didn't have phones back then.
Right.
So we played games. We hung out in the church schoolyards, St. Joe's and Astoria, and just community. Everybody went out to the stoop at night, hung outside. We went to Astoria Park. We met up every night after dinner, and it seems those days are gone. Nobody even knows what a stickball is anymore.
I know, man. I remember playing that. That's the one that goes around, right?
Yeah, you just a stick and a ball. It'd be either a hard throw,
like baseball type.
Yeah, or a bounce.
Stick.
It was a softball.
Wow.
But on 42nd, we lived on a 4-story apartment building on both sides. So most likely, we're never going to hit over the building. So it would ricochet off people's windows, and and not just that. I mean, even opening up the fire hydrants, and that was our recreation. It was a lot of fun doing that.
You feel like the kids they don't have those things anymore.
This is the kids nowadays, right here. This is the kids.
Yeah, no, that's true. As you've lived, do you feel like there's things that you regret in life, or you feel like I'm good with the life I've had?
Well, it's funny you said that. We were just talking about that. I made a million mistakes in my childhood, but I wouldn't trade it. I lived a good life. I do.
That's beautiful.
A lot of people, everybody goes their own different directions, but I have the life experiences. So people might have come out different ways. We had such a good childhood, especially Astoria Park, and just living in Queens.
Yeah.
If I could stress to anybody one thing about New York, go out and enjoy New York. Don't wait for the weekend. My father, God rest his soul, but I remember one day my father, he passed at 82, and I asked him around 60-something years old, I said, Dad, have you ever walked over the Brooklyn Bridge? And he says, why would I want to do that? And I said, New Yorkers, we take that for granted, right? And you really shouldn't. We have so many things we could do. We could do the Brooklyn Bridge. We could do New York waterways. There's so many observation decks that you can go enjoy. Ice skating in Central Park. Even Central Park.
Yeah.
There's people I know who have never been to Central Park.
That's crazy.
And they lived here their whole lives, and I've done it once. I go every weekend. It's ride the subway, and
right.
I think that people don't realize what a beautiful city we live in.
Yeah, no, it is beautiful.
And they'll talk about the city being dangerous. Like my friends will call me and say, "Be careful" or whatever else. I said, most people are good. Most people are good people. So when you're going to talk about, this could happen, you can't think like that. You have to enjoy your life. You have to.
Man, no, I love that. That's how I feel too. I mean, that's kind of why we do this because I feel like in New York, you know, a lot of people forget the beauty because, you know, now it's like all day long you're just hearing the worst things, but that's not, like you said, it's not reality.
You know what I'll tell them every time? There's more good people than bad, and don't ever forget that. You know, we have such a diverse. We really do. Our city is diverse.
Yeah, it is.
We have so many people from all different races, all nationalities, and it's from what I observe, it's harmonious. I don't really see it, and I don't live that. I don't live that way. All I see is people for, are you good? You're a good person? That's all I ever see.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, anybody that I know, my church is right here on 11th Avenue, I was just telling you, Manuel Lutheran, and we have the most mosaic church you could ever imagine. And always, we don't see that. We see peace and everybody gets along. I mean, you look at New York City, how many people we have here? 10 million people? And it's just, we're very lucky to be here.
Yeah, no,
people come from all over the world to come here. And it's funny, I was in Central Park a few weeks ago and I met a group of people and I was just talking to them like I'm talking to you, and they were impressing me. I said, what you guys have done in 5 days, people haven't done here their whole lives. They get a checklist of, you know, Empire State Building, World Trade Center, Battery Park, Statue of Liberty, Central Park, I mean, restaurants. It's a shame.
No, it is. No, I definitely resonate with that because I do a lot of stuff, and you've been a lot of places too. So, what did you do, or what do you do for a living?
I'm in auto salvage business. We salvage vehicles, salvage cars. So it's a big business here in New York. And being, 10 million people, we have a big tri-state area, and that's another thing. I really like what I do for a living.
That's beautiful.
I do. I like doing that, and to each their own. Everybody likes doing their own thing, but New York City is full of, what do we see all around us? Cars. So if you're in any kind of car business, there's something going on.
So when did you start the auto salvage?
Many years ago, and or even right now, I just do it part-time. But it's been part of my life. I used to work down by Shea Stadium.
Oh,
you guys, we call it Shea Stadium. It'll always be Shea Stadium. I don't know if you're baseball fans, but
no, I know. Like that's the City Field now.
City Field, but it's that whole area is junkyards, car junkyards. It was at one time, and in 2000, the Yankees played the Mets, and I used to work down there, and I was the only Yankee fan. So everybody there, because they're across the street from Shea Stadium, are Met fans.
Oh, wow.
So, of course, I got bragging rights. So the Yankees beat them in 2000. I remember walking in with my hands up high, and everybody just went like this to me. So, but that's another great thing, New York. We got two great baseball teams, and Mets and the Yankees, and remember that was the Subway Series in 2000.
Series,
Who won?
The Yankees.
And it's fun. It's a fun rivalry between them. And I can tell you one thing. Yankee fans that I know, we cheered for the Mets. When the Mets were playing Boston, we cheered for them. But a Met fan could never cheer for the Yankees. So
they're bitter, right?
It's a fun rival. It really is.
No, that's beautiful. When was the first, you went to a Yankees game as a child?
Oh, yeah. And anybody who watches this or even knows what I'm talking about knows my dad was born in a Yankee jacket. He loved the Yankees. And of course I was a Yankee fan too. And yeah, going to the Yankee Stadium for the first time was the most amazing thing. It really was. Even going to Shea, I mean, it was exciting, but there's something magical about the stadium, and
yeah, I never went to a Yankees or Mets game.
There's your bucket list. See, you gotta go do that.
I gotta do it.
So,
you been?
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I used to work for Key Food, and my boss at that time, he had some extra tickets because he was not going, so he gave them to me.
Right.
But my wife, she got bored, and we ended up leaving.
You leave. Listen, even if it's not your thing, you go.
Wow.
That's just an experience. I would be a bucket list for you to do that too. I mean, look at all the things you have. Carnegie Hall. We have Madison Square Garden. Listen, I've been to sporting events where I don't even know what's going on. or I'm not even a fan of.
Right.
But you just go for the experience. You know?
Yeah, no, I think I got to do that. I really like your attitude. It's good. It's
Well,
a good
thank
attitude.
you. I just think that people need someone. I invite people everywhere all the time, and nobody ever goes. So I do ferries. I take the bicycle. I ride all over Manhattan. I don't ride for sport. I ride for cheeseburger and French fries. You know, and when you ride with me, we're not going fast.
No, I understand that.
So there's just so many things. If I could encourage anybody to do anything, just go out and do it. Stop making excuses, because I'm sure you know a lot of people, they want to do these things, but another saying of mine is, make the journey wherever you're going as fun as the destination. Don't look at the traffic. Don't look at the parking spot that you got to find. It'll all fall into place. Just go and start going.
Right.
And if you would just go, you'll see that once you park. I was just telling my friend just two days ago that when I used to go to Central Park and drive, you got the agony of trying to find a parking spot. And
Right.
I'd feel like anxious, But once I got that spot, I was in. And then I knew I could spend the whole day in the park and enjoy myself.
No, I feel that. I think like one of the things about New York that it like when you don't do stuff is you kind of get even more anxiety than a person who's visiting, right? Like you were saying, they went and did stuff that people who live here never done. And when we first started doing this series, we went to the park and he said, oh man, nobody's gonna want to interview us. I mean, we want to do an interview.
What kind of attitude is that? You don't do that. You go in and say, this is going to be a great day. We're going to meet some amazing people. I'm just breaking it. I'm a super positive pusher. I like to push. But go ahead, I'm sorry. Anyway.
No, but it's great, like, to, meet you and then, hear a message like that. It just definitely makes me, it makes you now, right? Yeah. Makes you want to keep going, though, and doing things.
We're New Yorkers, though, too, so when somebody comes up, you already automatically think they're up to something, But I give everybody a chance, and I think that if you were to interview a person a day, just one person a day, think about where you are in 5 years. How many stories, how many New Yorkers, you even call it meet today's New Yorker. You see?
Look, you got a new name.
It could be anywhere, though. It could be in the train. It could be the guy sitting on his chair. Like, I got out of work today, came down and sat on my chair and just relaxed. But everybody's out doing something. I'm sure somebody can give you 5 minutes and speak to you.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it.
And if they don't, move on to the next one.
Right. Well, it's really nice meeting you, Jeffrey.
It's nice to meet you two gentlemen, too.
I think you're an amazing guy, and this was beautiful. Anything you want to say before we cut it off?
I would just tell everybody out there, push yourself. There's no guarantee tomorrow. There's absolutely no guarantee. And as we stand here, there's people our age, or even younger, fighting for their life in hospitals. And if any day you're not in that hospital bed, rejoice and enjoy yourself. Push your flesh and go out and enjoy yourself. And if these two guys come up to you guys, take time and talk to them.
All right, thank you so much, man. That was beautiful.
So nice to meet you guys. Thank you guys so much
nice to meet you.
for picking me this evening. Oh, sorry, you got that?
That is very
Nah, that was great. Yeah, you made my day.
that was a beautiful interview.
Likewise. And